Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Everything good, shway, crispy, irie. But let's get on to this episode of Unpopular Opinions for this week. But before that, if you've seen this episode or any of the previous episodes, you know what to do below. Now let's go. Bring back 90-minute movies. Now I hear what this person is trying to say. In terms where the movies now are going on too long. Some movies can drag on, and believe me, they can drag on. Dragon settings. They really can go so long. But I think the key to movies now is engagement. If the movie has a lot of action, if the movie is something that really keeps you engaged, no qualms, no worries, no problems. But if it's something that drags on, just keeps going on and on and on, it goes on and on and on, then there's problems there. Then I'm starting to think you should have shortened this movie instead of giving us the full definition of a whole lot of nothing. Next thing we go to. The skip intro button on streaming services is a tragedy for show creators. I think, listen, for people who skip the recaps and skip the credits and the starting title, it is what it is. I do think sometimes if you've just watched that previous show, you are generally up to date of what has happened. So yeah, you should be able to skip. And sometimes you just want a quick 2-minute move on. Let's just get to the show, because I don't want to just see that. I've just seen it. So I just want to get to the show and find out what's happening right now. And that's just what it's about. So I don't see a problem with that. In terms of intro, sometimes some intros could be a little bit long. You know what I mean? To the point where course catchy, course great, cool, wonderful and everything. I'm happy if the theme tune slaps, then cool, I want to hear the theme tune again. But if the theme tune is not really pulling me in, then I'm pressing that skip button. Let's just move on. Let's get on with the show. So that's just what it is for me. Next one. Just because it's a kids movie doesn't mean it's okay for it to be bad. I mean, I do kind of agree with this, to be honest. I do agree. Like, even if it's a kids movie, I've seen some kids movies that are really good. You know, I think sometimes you should have enough engagement in those kids movies that certain things shouldn't be too watered down. That should still give you enough to be entertained from that movie. Now, I understand they're trying to just PG things out and youth things, and we can't show this and we can't show that, but there's ways around it. Look at the Magical Roundabout and shows like that. Back in our days, they used to say some things that were very undercover, but adults knew what they were talking about. Do you know what I mean? Wink, wink, all of those things. Would you like to put this in that Todger or something? Or would you like to stroke my hole? Those are some of the things they were saying back then, which were very adult. If you know what that meant, the adults knew what that meant. But they found ways around it, but they kept it PG as well. So I do think they should be incorporating more stuff that kids don't know about, but adults can clock onto and just go, they said that. I know what that means, but good thing my kid doesn't. So, you know, I hear it. All right, next one. Veggie burgers are a problem. Now, listen, I can understand some people think veggie burgers aren't great in terms of obviously they don't have enough flavor as maybe meat does or other alternatives do. I don't really try veggie burgers. You know, I've had here and there a vegan one, which people say, well, that's still veggie, but is it really? I don't know. It probably has some content of vegetable in there, but you know. Anyways, but it's the problem is taste. And I think back in those days when they first used to start making veggie, vegan burgers and stuff, all stuff that was vegan or vegetable, it just did not have taste. I think nowadays they've upgraded the taste. The taste of some are better, not all of them. The taste of some are good, so they're worth trying. But I don't say all of them are great, I just say some of them are. You have to find those gems. You have to go and do the searching yourself to find which ones actually hit the button. Push the button like the Sugar Babe song. Push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and go. You know what I mean? You want it to push the button. But anyways, that's it. And that's all I got for this episode of Unpopular Opinions. Big up yourself, first time watchers, seasoned watchers, and you know what to do if you're feeling this episode or any of the previous episodes. Big up yourself. And you know what I usually do when I finish? I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. Let's go.